this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington with Discover Brightside, where we discover veterans, people who have served this country for our freedom, and we want to show appreciation. So hit a like button, write me a comment, and say welcome, Chris. So welcome, Chris. First of all, thank you, thank you, thank you for your service. And I always love to meet people that not only served, but then they come back and then they give back again, and you keep giving. So we're so grateful. So thank you. And I've been waiting to do this interview for so long. So tell me a little bit about yourself, and let's begin with the military, and then let's get into your latest venture.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for having me. Um, if you want to go all the way back to my military service, boy, it seems like a lifetime ago. I enlisted in the Army right out of high school. My father was in the military. As a matter of fact, he started his career in Vietnam, served in Vietnam, came back, and then stayed in the military. And as I was enlisting in the military, he was just approaching retirement. So I started in the infantry. We trained in Fort Benning, Georgia, in June of 1989. So a long time ago.
Wow. And then you've been here in North Carolina. So tell us a little bit about Fort Bragg, and what was that like?
Yeah. So I am in my interestingly, I served as I was initially enlisted. I served in the military, got out after Desert Storm, and then went to college. And in college, I decided I wanted to go back in and serve again. So I was in the National Guard at the time, the Michigan National Guard, and I got commissioned as a second lieutenant. Volunteered for the infantry once again, and volunteered for the 82nd Airborne. So, 82nd Airborne is it's part of my heart now. It's a unit that has rich in history, World War II. Jumped into Panama, so a number of Desert Storm, but loved serving at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Loved jumping out airplanes for the amount of time that I was able to do it. Absolutely had a ball.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I hang out a lot in Fort Bragg. They have a lot of events, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
a lot of fun. But if anyone is listening to background sound, I know all my viewers like to write comment. There's a lot of background sound. It's because of the jet noise. We live in Seymour Johnson Air Force, and there's always planes flying about. But as Goldsboro people say, we love jet noise, so we have no problem with the noise. So you shouldn't either. All right, so back to the interview. Now, here you are doing some amazing work. And now, my husband and I have been through four hurricanes. We've lost
Mm.
homes and we've been through the ringer on it. So, we have some experience about it. So, tell me a little bit about this new work that you're doing. And North Carolina was hit real bad with Hurricane Helene, and we've been on this channel talking a lot about it. So, I'm very interested in knowing about your program.
Sure. Um, After I got out of the military, it takes a little bit of time to get your footing in the civilian world. I'd say the camaraderie is something that you really miss from the military service. And I bounced around a little bit as I went through in my corporate career. Um, I started to feel this strong desire to just go get back to the passion that I had in the military. And in the military, at its root, you come in the middle of a crisis and you just help. You help people, you calm things down and restore order, that sort of thing. The restoration industry is not all that different. When you're in the middle of a hurricane or following a hurricane, it's chaos. It's a mess. Now, I don't get a lot of hurricanes up in Michigan. We get some of the rain from time to time, but frozen pipes and water damage in your home, or dealing with the fire is really no different. And so that really drew me in my desire to want to get back to something that I was very comfortable in doing, right? Coming in and helping people, being calm, working through a process, having the discipline with which to do it. I really wanted to do that. What was interesting was when I was looking at restoration companies, and there are a ton of them out there. I came across Restoration One, and that camaraderie with the other owners. There are a lot of military, veterans that are in the Restoration One franchise, and just the camaraderie with all the other owners. It's really one of the parts of this job that I really enjoy the most. The franchise allows you to do something with the help of others, and there are a lot of other owners that are always willing to pick up the phone and help, and call me from time to time asking me my thoughts as well. So I really enjoy that part of giving back. And it can happen in a moment's notice. My phone could ring right now, and
Yeah,
it lead to a big job.
wow. So you talked a lot about this franchise. So how do people get to know about it? How do they get involved with it? What's the process?
Well, I think the easiest step is to go on to the Restoration One website, Restoration One, that's the number one.com, and just do a little research. Look at some of the other restoration companies out there and do a little bit of comparison. But when you're ready to have a conversation, there's a phone number that you can call. We have a page reaching out to anyone that might have it in their heart to want to do this sort of work, and just allow them to pick up the phone, make a phone call, and just start to get to know us. I have been on a number of calls where somebody might be interested in buying a franchise territory, and I get the opportunity to just answer their questions, talk to them about my experience, how things went for me, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And when you're starting a new business, there's a lot of stress that comes along with it. So just being able to answer questions and how it worked for me, how things worked for me. I've owned this business now. I'm about to hit my 8th year anniversary, and so there are a lot of ways to get to know the franchise, and as I said before, the camaraderie. Um, that I had the opportunity to actually attend a annual conference before I had purchased the territory, just to get to know the owners, get to know the CEO and the operations president, that sort of thing, the field coordinators. There's a lot of support that comes along with Restoration One.
Amazing. So there you have it. We always talk about starting new businesses, starting new franchises, and this one is dear to my heart because you're not just helping yourself, but you're helping others. And so go to the website. We'll make sure that the link is available. And thank you, Chris, for this wonderful work that you're doing. And please come back on our channel so that we can keep telling people about the updates and what you do, and we want to warmly welcome. So, the question I ask everyone is what's on the bright side? What's in the future for this franchise?
The franchise continues to grow, even as the market shrinks a little bit. I'd say insurance claims are down a little bit. We didn't have any major hurricanes this year. There's certainly been some large fires in California, but overall, the industry has shrunk. And interestingly, Restoration One has grown, and continues to grow. So I'd say there's a very big upside to Restoration One and the growth that we have in the industry. Working for homeowners, working for the insured, the people that pay the premium and want to have help when they need it, not necessarily working for the insurance company. So we enjoy that connection with homeowners and business owners as we help them through some tragedy.
Wonderful. I love it. So thank you for coming on our channel, and we'll bring Chris back and tell us what you think about it, and tell us if you're interested in the franchise, and that if you have been affected by a hurricane. And of course, we have a prayer call on Sundays at 5, and hurricane victims and families who are still living in hotels and still waiting on funds. We will be praying for you continuously. So drop us your needs in a chat. I'll try to get you resources, and if I can't, then I'll let you know. But if I can find help for you, I will. So write to us. Thank you for watching Discover Brightside.